What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I'm actually bringing y'all part 2 to my gun trio offset mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. Now, before I do get into the video, I do ask if you find any value whatsoever out of this video, if you could do me a favor and watch at least 30 seconds of any ad that you may see throughout the video. Because if you didn't know, when you hit skip ad, I actually do not get paid for the video, and I actually want to become a full-time YouTuber, so that'd help me out tremendously. So without wasting any more of y'all guys' time, let's go ahead and dive right into this. So if you've seen part 1, you already know the person that I like. So right here, I actually got the Giants, and I actually personally like to have Golden Tate right there, the tight end position. I feel like he's a lot better viable option, so that's why I actually have him right there. Now, as far as these other 3 receivers, it's all completely up to you, so that's why I'm not going to touch them, because it's all up to you, honestly. So as far as the players I'm going over for part 2, I'm going over SCAT, and I'm also going to go over how I like to run this flood play as soon as I find it right there. So let's first start off in SCAT, and for defense, let's do something new. So let's switch it. Let's go 2-4-5. So you see I already subbed in the safeties right here, so I got 2 safeties in here, and I chose the Eagles just because they do have fast DBs. So let's go to something to start off with, like cover 3. So with this SCAT play, I'm gonna give y'all about 3 different variations. So I'm gonna give y'all one if you want a quick snap, and I'm gonna give you one if you have time just to set something up. So as far as quick snap, so for first, let me show you the defense, of course. So you see we do have cover 3. Let's go and press just because. Now, if you want a quick snap, I just recommend putting square on the hitch and then snapping the ball. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that you're going to have 2 of them right on top of each other. But the good thing is that the hook zone is going to get sucked down on the furthest out hitch, which I'll show you that here in a second. So if you essentially, it's going to serve the same purpose, but I'm going to show you a setup that makes it a cleaner read, if that makes sense. So I didn't mean to go there. So let's look right here. So what I mean is, you see how 86 is further than him, so he's going to kind of back up and get sucked down to 86. So you can actually throw this. You can throw either one technically, and that's how the hook zones are going to play it in cover 3 or cover 4 style. So they're always going to play like that. But the problem that you see is that we have 2 people right next to each other. But the reason it's okay is because if the user is right here, then a lot of times you still be able to throw this. But we can also have this sometimes too as well, but I don't like throwing that. But like I said, I have a cleaner setup for y'all. But in the gameplay, you're gonna be able to see I'm gonna be able to use this to my advantage. So a lot of times you want to throw this ball right now, especially if he's using it on this side, then you want to hurry up and throw right here. Or if you notice he's using it right here, and most of the time you can actually low ball this. And I may go ahead and show you that real quick. I know you might be looking at that like, real, that doesn't look like a good setup, but just trust me though, it definitely works. I like to do it whenever they're quick snapping. So right here, let's snap the ball. I'll show you X. So you see how X sits right there? That's what I was trying to explain to you. So it's a quick read. So it's basically, where's the user? So with this play, with this particular setup, say like the user's right here when you snap the ball, then I'm looking at square and triangle. But if the user is right here, then I'm looking at X. So that's the way I like to play that. Now, I love this setup against everything but cover 2. So I'll show you why I say that here. So let's actually talk about cover 2, and then actually I'm gonna go back and show you the setup that I actually prefer you to run. So right here, you see we do have cover 2. So let's say you want to quick snap them, take square, put them on a hitch, boom. Now with this, you have to throw triangle right away. But because if you wait, that cornerback's actually gonna suck down. Sometimes they'll give them an animation to play both. But the thing I don't like about cover 2 is that this left side read that vert hook is gonna do a great job of playing that. So let's see if I can show you that here. Take square, put them on hit, snap the ball. So you see how like you can still throw that, yes, like you can still throw it, but it's just not my favorite. But in the gameplay, it works better in game, so that's why in my gameplay you see me using it. But I actually do like the second variation I'm about to give you. And to be honest, I didn't really run the second variation in game. I really was messing around in practice mode before I actually uploaded it, started recording, and I actually think I like this setup a little better. So with this setup that I really want you to, I prefer you to use, you just want to take square, put them on a hitch, but you want to take triangle and put them on a curl. So what that's going to do is going to give you more spacing. So right here, you see we do have cover 3. Let's go ahead and press. Now we're going to go and snap the ball. So you're going to notice that I'm not going to throw the ball right here, but we're going to have square, and we can also have X. And depending on what they're doing, sometimes you may have triangle. That's just a little questionable. I wouldn't recommend throwing triangle ever. I always recommend you just reading between X and square, unless triangle is just screaming wide open for whatever the reason. So as you see, X is going to be right in front of your face. This hitch is going to get absolutely wide open in this curl route. So now, let's say the user in here, right, on this hook curl. So now the user has to decide, do I want to drive on this, or do I want to give up this? So this variation, you have a lot more space. You can make a better read, but it does require 2 adjustments. So you can't really quick snap per se, because you already know in Madden, you do 1 adjustment and then you kind of have to wait for like half a second or so, then you're able to make the rest of the adjustment. So hitch with him, curl on him. Now it's a way better setup in my opinion, but you just need to be able to understand that the user will have time to kind of adjust if you want to sit there and spam it. So I do not recommend spamming that. Now let me show you, it gets the same thing with cover 2. So see, we do have cover 2 right here, and I guess I'll show you man coverage, but man coverage is pretty simple about what you want to read. So again, you want to take square, put them on a hitch, take triangle, put them on a curl route, and now you just want to make a read. So I see X I could throw, and you see square right there. That's going to get wide open. Now I'm not going to go into replay because I'm pretty sure you've seen that square and X was wide open. Now I guess I'll show you man, just for consistency. But if they're running man coverage, do not call this. Like if you know they're running man, don't say, hey, I'm gonna run this play right here. Just don't. I'm just showing you, like, just in case, you know, maybe you thought it was cover 3 or cover 2, but it was man. Then honestly, you just want to look for triangle. That's really your only read. You want to throw it right on the break, even right there, they throw a pick because they did not shade over the top. So it's just, you know, if you recognize man, I recommend just throwing the ball away. Now for the last play that I'm actually going to be showing you is going to be this flood play right here. So with this flood play, there's two variations I love. There's a zone beater and there's a man beater. So if they're playing any type of zone coverage, what I like to do, I like to take square, I like to put him on a flat route, and then honestly I like to run it just like this. So you might be wondering, why not just run it stock, right? Oh, no, one more adjustment. Sorry. You want to take it to running back and put him on a curl. Sorry about that. So this is what it looks like. So you might be wondering, Real, why do you like to put the running back on a flat? So to me, it develops a little slower. So let me go ahead and reset the play for you. Now I want you to just pay attention to the square. So kind of watch, you see how kind of fast he gets out there? And kind of like the animation, I don't know, to me, I feel like he personally gets out there too fast. So I'm going to show you now with the flat route. So now you see we do have a flat route on him. So kind of watch how he kind of, I don't know, maybe it could be a placebo, but in game I recognize that he gets out there a little slower and it gives you more time to make that read. So you can leave him on that stock flat route if you want. That's completely up to you. I just personally like to put him on a flat. I like the way he sets up a little better. Whenever I come back to a late read, I feel like it's sitting at a nice spot that I like. I feel like with the other one, it's too close to the sideline whenever he finally turns around. So that's just a personal thing, but you can leave it stock if you want to, but you want to put this running back on the check right here. And so honestly, it's just a replay, honestly. So it's nothing really to it. I mean, this is good when you know for a fact there's zone drop. As you can tell, sometimes you can still have triangle even if they aren't zone dropping. But the money read that I do like also is going to be this tight end route, or where our receiver is. So I will show you that real quick. Hopefully I don't get screamed at, and I just want to show you that it can get open. Let's see if we can run out, and you'll be able to hit that little soft spot just right there, and that's what it looked like in gameplay. So I really don't want to go into replay. I kind of want to move on. Excuse me. So like I said, the reason I love this is because we're going to be able to attack anybody that wants to zone drop, because we want them to zone drop. That's what we want. So again, here we go against cover 2. And what you'll notice in cover 2 is that you can throw that. Now I like the possession catcher, so if I make a wrong read like that, like maybe I shouldn't throw it that fast, or if it looks scary, I always recommend you possession catch it. Take your 2 or 3 yards and then just come back and run things I showed you on part 1, or maybe you can catch them still zone dropping and you can throw it over the head. So let me just see if I can show you right here. So maybe we can, you know, boom, we could wait. Now that's why I like putting him on a flat route, because you see how we rolled out the pocket and he's just sitting right there. I can't tell you how many yards I've gained with that actually happening to me. So let me just show you with the let me show you what happens if you put him on a normal just flat route and we roll out the pocket the same exact way. And I'm in cover 3 actually. But you see how he kind of keeps running, and I almost threw a pick right there. That's what I was trying to tell you about. But let me show you the same thing as cover 2, because I actually realized I was in cover 3. So you see right here, we are in cover 2 right here. So let's go and press. Now we're going to do the same exact thing we did last time, but we're just going to leave him on this regular little flat route and kind of notice the difference here. So let's say I run out the pocket. So you see how he kind of waits a little while to set up. Like, to me personally, I don't like that. I like him to already be set as soon as I'm ready to roll out the pocket. So that way, if I can play make him up, or maybe I can play make him, you know, anywhere, he's already set up for me. So that's just how I love to do it. And now, yeah, I'll show you. I didn't talk about it, but against cover 2, sometimes you can have I'm gonna do it like this. So most people will run and cover 2 like this. So if they're playing this style of coverage, then most of the time you're always for sure gonna have your running back in cover 2, but you can potentially have X as well. So if your user wants to shoot out there, sometimes you can have X if you just wait, and you'll be able to hit it right there in that pocket. So that's why I like to put that curl route, because it's gonna suck down that zone defender. And I will actually show you that real fast, and then we'll talk about man coverage, show you some gameplay and how to beat a video. So right here, like I told you, this running back route is gonna pull down that hook curl. Actually it didn't, but most of the time it does. But either way, it's going to be wide open regardless. As you can tell, that's literally legit wide open. So when you're running out the pocket, you can throw this right here if you want to. Take your about 6-7 yards. That's normally where that route sets up. But if they're dropping him in the middle third, which they should be doing in trips, because if they do not do that, make sure you go check out part 1 about how to bomb cover 2. So make sure you do go check out that. Now, as you can tell, if they're putting him in middle third, we have this whole area. Now the user is going to have to choose between do I want to come back and cover this flat route, or do I want to go and cover this? And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to see that. And even if you don't feel comfortable with those two, still remember you also have the running back that's going to be wide open. So you're always going to have somebody open on this play. You just have to make the read. So last coverage I wanted to save, last coverage I want to save for last is man coverage. So against man coverage, now what I love to do, I can take square, put them on a slant, and that's legit it. Now the reason this is good is because we want to make sure we have a good route runner here. I don't know if Pettis can get the job done, but we want a good route runner here because this is going to be our money play. So our read progression is going to be triangle to square and then X as a late read. So let me see if I have enough time to even show you that. So first we're going to look at triangle. You want to throw that right on a break. And now since Pettis is not a good route runner, then he's not really going to get open like I hope that he could. But that's just something that you need to be able to be aware of. Now if they are calling over the top, then triangles should be open no matter what. So let's make sure we are in man coverage. Okay, we are man, shade over the top. Now if they're calling over the top, then just be expecting triangle to be open almost every time, unless you got Pettis running your route. But normally you're going to be able to have that. Now if for some reason that you just have that bad of a matchup out there, then you still also have 2 other viable options between square and X. And also if they're playing over the top, you can still look for a circle to get open to beat the press. So it all just depends on what they're doing. So square, you can tell square is going to get open, and since we have a receiver at tight end running that route, that flood route, then that's going to be honestly a really good matchup. Because no matter what, you're going to have a good matchup since you have a receiver in a tight end position. So right now, I will show you one more time. Hopefully we get triangle open, but you've seen square was going to get open, but I really want triangle to get open because it does get open right there, of course, as he actually toasts him. But I don't know. But check out this gameplay of me shredding, man, with it. So as you can tell in the gameplay, I was shredding man with it, but for some reason in practice mode, I guess the Eagles have the best man defenders in the game or something. I don't really know, but make sure you do go check out this game. Make sure you run it yourself, and I promise you, you will have fun running this game because it is so fun with having any receiver you want at the tight end position. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this small little mini scheme. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.